Hi, my name is Denise. I'm getting ready to make some honeysuckle soap. I've got shea butter and cocoa butter, a little bit of olive oil, a lot of coconut oil, and vegetable oil. All the stuff I bought. Well, I got the cocoa butter and the shea butter online, but the other stuff I got at the grocery store. And I'm going to put some color in it. I've already got the sodium hydroxide mixed up with the water. So anyway, here's my oils. I'm going to put some color in here ahead of time. I haven't put the fragrance in yet because it's a honeysuckle fragrance and essential oil. So it's going to go pretty fast on getting hard. So I'm going to have to pour it really fast. I got these, they're like 10 or 11 ounce molds to pour the bars in. And then here's some little 4 ounce ones I'm going to try to get them into. If I can do it, I got to do it pretty fast after I get the essential oils in because it's going to thicken up pretty quickly. Plus I've got a lot of cocoa butter and shea butter in there. I'll be right back. And I put some lard in there too, and some jojoba oil. They say that that's actually a wax or more like a buttery type of thing too. Anyway, so now it's nice and yellow for the honeysuckle color. It's all like well, you can't see it without me pouring it out on the floor, but it's a lot more yellow now. I think I'll pour a little bit more in there. I'll just pour the rest of it. And we'll stir that up. Now that it's fall of the year, it's probably going to thicken a lot quicker. But I'm going to, hopefully this won't go too awful bad. Because I did some ling-a-lang soap with orange oil, sweet orange oil in it, and it got hard really fast. So I'm hoping that I can get this stirred up without that happening. And get it poured in the molds. I have to do it really quick though. As soon as I get it stirred and start seeing it get a thicker trace in, it hardens up fast. And I'll leave a general recipe that I got off eBay off this one lady that just gets her stuff from Walmart, her oils and stuff, and I'll leave that down in the description, but that's not the recipe I'm using, but it's a general description of a guideline you can go by, and then you can put it in what they call soap calc and all that, and see how you like the change the recipe if you want to add cocoa butter and shea butter and lard and things like that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pour the sodium hydroxide in and see how it goes. Start stirring my little heart out before something bad happens. And I got my super fat. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in now. Oh, it's already kind of thick. Oh, I haven't put the fragrance oil in yet. Once I put that in, it'll really get thick. It's starting to get turned from yellow now. It's turning a little more orange. Now I'll try it with this spatula. See if I can get it stirred up. I don't use a blender. I just stir living daylights out of it. But you don't have to stir it for very long. And half the time, the people that use the blenders end up stirring it with the blender, you know, a few times anyway. But it'd be nice to have a blender, but I'm not too worried about it. I've been making soap now. I've got about 70 bars or soap now made, and I use it for washing my clothes, and I use it for doing the dishes and taking a bath. So it works out pretty good. When I have a different recipe that I use for when I wash the clothes. And then I usually take my more stronger bars or crappy bars and use them for washing the dishes. I need to make some more just plain soap. Without much fragrance in it for doing the dishes and the laundry. But the laundry one is a little bit stronger. The dish soap is a milder soap. It's about like a regular bar bath soap, because you know you wash some dishes so often that it just takes a long time to. I mean, it just takes a milder soap because your hands can get chapped real easy. But from doing dishes so much. But anyway, the laundry soap is the stronger one that I make. I just don't put hardly any super fat in the recipe. And then you could put, of course I put coconut oil in it, you know. But I think there's some in that recipe I'm going to give you. But you can, if you don't put much super fat in there, it's good for washing clothes with. But when you add super fat to it, then it makes it more of a bath bar. Bath and body and dish soap. And anyway, I'm no professional with these things, so I'm just going to write that general recipe down at the bottom down there, and then you add your super fat to it and as you like. And how after a year, after the soap sits for a year, it gets a lot milder. Now, if you use it before the year's up, you know, I mean, before you even get to a year, then, you know, it just isn't as mild. It's after a year it gets milder. So the recipe might be better suited if you wait a year to use the soap. I mean, it depends. It's a good soap. The recipe is a really good recipe. That's all I've been using myself. But after a year, all the soap turns a lot milder. In 6 months, it gets more of where you would want to, you know, give it away to use it. But they say you can, you know, sell it at like 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks. But I like to wait 6 months before I give it away. I haven't really sold any that I've made myself. Alright, here we go. Here goes the crazy part. I got about right at 4 ounces of honeysuckle, essential oil and honeysuckle fragrance oil in there. And it smells really good. Usually the soap will eat up the fragrance about 6 months. At a year, it's real mild to where you can't hardly tell it's even in there. So that's why a lot of people use fragrance oils, because the essential oils, the scent just, unless you use the soap at well, this is pouring pretty good. I'm shocked. Well, I filled up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 10-ounce bars, and and 8 4-ounce bars. So that's 8 10 to 11-ounce bars. There. Now it's all done. That's how quick soap goes. Well, once you prep it up, then it goes a lot faster. But because there's, I had to make the sodium hydroxide with the water and decide what containers I was going to put it in and all of that. Well, the honeysuckle didn't get near as hard as a rock as I thought it was going to. Maybe I waited a little better timing on it before it got so it wasn't so hot. Because usually I have a tendency to pour pretty hot when the sodium hydroxide is still kind of hot, and then everything gets done really fast. And I'm pouring and it's all liquidy, really fluid. So here it is. If I can get the picture of it. There it is. Now they say it'll probably lighten up a little bit because it got dark once I put the essential oils in there, or the sodium hydroxide. So, because it started out being a nice yellow color with the coloring I put in there, the micas, whatever it was. And anyway, I'll bring you back in 24 hours. I'll bring you back in 24 hours when it's hard enough to unmold. And I'll have to put that in another video because I don't know how to combine the videos yet. So thanks for watching, and if you got any questions, just feel free to leave them down at the bottom there. But I'd really have to refer you to more professional people for really anything that that I was doing as far as the recipe and looking on Soap Calc, and there's different other ones that you can look on to add your, you just put your butters in, sodium hydroxide and everything, and the amounts, and then your super fat and your fragrance oil and anything else you add in there, and then and whatever oil you put in there, it's got all kinds of oils that you can choose from, and you just put it in there, and it does the recipe for you and tells you how much sodium hydroxide to use and how much oils to use and how soapy it's going to be or how creamy or, you know, however you want to work it out. So anyway, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time when I unmold in another video. Thanks, bye.